Hello, everybody. I don't have a slide, so I'll just be talking. So, thank you, Jess. My name is Raquel Smith. I am the Program and Events Coordinator for BCS. My job is mainly to create programming for the organization. So, events like the biggest one basically is Black History Month. I am behind like all of that in regarding to just how from who we're hiring as contractual staff, what the programming is going to be, the events, the people. I do all of that. So about BCS, a little bit about BCS before we get into some of our volunteer opportunities. The Black Cultural Society of Prince Edward Island was founded in 2016 because of the gap left by the dissolution of the Black Islanders Cooperative and the growing need for an organization to represent, support, and advocate for the growing Black community on Prince Edward Island, as well as the descendants of Black Islanders. Our vision is shaping the future by preserving our heritage, promoting racial equity, and creating partnerships that will assist in the development and success of the Black community in PEI. Our mission is with love to serve, uplift, advocate for resources, and provide services to protect and strengthen the development of PEI's Black community. Our goals for the organization is to support actions designed to improve and enhance the quality of life of the Black community of PEI, African descent, Caribbean descent, Latin American descent, and descendants of historical Black Islanders. Deliver services, programs, and initiatives to promote and advance racial understanding on behalf of people of African descent, and to create strategic partnerships with organizations and institutions to address systemic racism and social inequalities. Um, so that's basically, a gist of our organization and everything that encompasses it. In regarding to our volunteer opportunities, we have a few that we do throughout the year. So I'll just list off some. So we have like our clothing drive that we do annually or sometimes twice a year. Um, where community members they bring in clothes and then we have a volunteer coming to assist us to organize it, structure the whole setup, how they see makes logic sense for the flow of everything. And then we have community members coming in and just picking out items that they would need, and that could be summer, during the winter. We had a volunteer also that went to UPI that assisted us with our clothing drive and organizing it, but we didn't get it up and running as yet. But she was a really good help of just like the structure. We also have our new Black Q Collective that is representing for the Black queer community on the island. They have a few programs coming throughout the year. They did a few during the summer, but I know they would also be seeking volunteers for any upcoming events. So that's something to look out through our social media, and possibly it's not on our website, but it's just on our social. So that's the Black Q Collective. Um, we also have our Emancipation Day. So that's one of our main flagship events that we have annually. That happens every year, August 1st. So I'm always looking for volunteers. And someone mentioned earlier that it has been very hard to find volunteers recently. It is pretty scarce. So I usually, just go by word of mouth and who I know. But we're always looking for volunteers to assist us with our Emancipation Day celebration. And that can look like just coming to set up. Basically we do have a structured time frame in setting up and breaking down. That could be setting up tables, chairs, tents, flags that we usually hang during the celebration, and then breaking all of that down once it is done. So everything is usually, like I say, time framed. But yeah, that's a big one for us. And then the biggest one that we have is our Black History Month. And as we know, it's every year in February, but planning starts usually around November. But yeah, during the month of February, we would love to have more volunteers to chip in regarding to setting up the events that's happening. Um, even if it's like taking attendance, maybe just writing notes about what is happening in this space. So all of this helps us with like our reporting and so forth. So it really helps us because we're a very small team. So any of these like logistics is what we tend to look for. And to be honest, we're very open to what you also can be able to offer. Outside of that, we also have our care boxes that we do every year. That is a next big one that we always need volunteers for. That usually happens in December, where we give back to the community care boxes. So yeah, volunteers will chip in. Either contacting participants who were interested in the care box, coming into the office to help us set up the care boxes and also help us deliver. So you can either we will usually have assistants to help us deliver the boxes or be in office with us as people come to pick up the box. This year, for the first time, we're not doing the care boxes, so we're going through a transition, but we do still have things happening that we probably will be seeking volunteers for that I'll be posting on our social media. And outside all of the events, there are other things within the office that we also seek volunteers for. Like right now, we have someone assisting us with social media, and that's like creating graphics and posting content. And it's if you want to, try to get into that particular field and want to enhance your skills, we're always looking for people that want to expand their palette. If you're good at websites, on the back end, we use WordPress. We're always looking for someone to assist us with just um, periodically posting things on our website as we have our programming coming throughout the year. So things like that we're pretty much interested in volunteers for. But yeah, so if you have any questions, please feel free. You can either reach me through social media or you can send an email to me directly through at programs at bcspi.ca or our info email that you can find on our website. So any of those means you can be able to contact me.
Thank you so much, Raquel. That was
You're welcome.
excellent. Yeah, so if anybody has any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat.
A question I had with Black Cultural Society, are you primarily looking for Black student volunteers or are you open to allies to support programming?
Oh yeah, so we're open. That's a beautiful question. We're open to allies as well. Pretty much. It's not just Black students from African Caribbean diaspora, but we're pretty much open to allies who want to assist us.
Thank you.
So there's just another question here in the chat that just says, so depending on the event, does that determine the time commitment for the volunteer?
Yes. So depending on the event, that determines the time commitment. I'm usually very, very flexible. So I understand if you have work or you have school. So I'm very much flexible in regarding to your schedule. But yeah, so depending on the event, that's the amount of hours I would allocate that we would need volunteers for. So yeah.